Hi, it's Yvonne from the Fabric Hut. I'm so excited to help you make your Because of the Brave quilt. We are going to be starting with the chain blocks that are right here on page 2. Now, this section above on page 2 are cutting directions if you want to make this again, not having the pre-cut squares or the pre-cut fabric that you got with your included in your kit. So that's always an option for you another time if you just love this quilt pattern. But we're going to start right here with the chain block. What a chain block is a block that will tie the others together across the quilt. For instance, see how this kind of makes a chain right here and it helps accentuate our star blocks? That's a chain block. So we're going to be making that one first. In your kit, you will have a stack of red 2.5-inch squares and beige 2.5-inch squares. You're going to have 120 of each of them, so that's a lot of the little squares. So we're going to start by making our 4-patch units with those. This is the block. Look how fun that is. Now I have done some of them ahead of time, so I'm starting with a smaller stack than 120, but here's my stack of the 2.5-inch squares. And what you're going to do is you're going to chain piece these. It just is so much easier, excuse me, if you just chain piece them. So you are just simply going to take the one of each, put them right sides together. I have my machine set up with my 1/4-inch foot that has a guide on it that will keep me right at a 1/4-inch foot because it has a guide here on the side. If you don't have a 1/4-inch foot with a guide, you can always mark it with a piece of tape. You can use a standalone guide like this one that you can get from the Fabric Hut that sorry, got my finger stuck. It clicks right in and you can set it to your perfect 1/4 inch. And that way you can just guide right up the side of it. So whatever works for you, find your perfect 1/4 inch and then go with that. And by chain piecing, I mean put in one piece, sew it, don't cut your threads, and put in the next one. And it just makes this go so much faster. And pretty soon you're going to have a whole line of these little squares going off the back of your machine. With 120 to do, you're going to have quite the mess. I like to, because my sewing room tends to be very dusty and I have lots of lint I have a long arm, and so I have a lot of batting lint and whatnot. So I like to place a Rubbermaid tub or a box or something to catch all of these as they go off. Otherwise, also my cat likes to come down and play with them, and I really don't want him playing with my quilt blocks. So I have a little Rubbermaid tub that I sit on the other side, and when I'm sewing, then I know it's going to fall into that clean tub instead of on my floor. Now, if your floor is clean, that's a step you can pass. I can't keep the dust out of my house. There's just too much batting and too much lint. So that's how I do it. So you're going to just keep going. Turn on a podcast or some music and just work your way through all 120 red and beige blocks like this. Okay. So I have those done. Now, I have them all done. I have this fancy cutter here that I can just go through and go bink, bink, and cut them apart. If you don't have one of these, take a spool of thread and your seam ripper and shove that right in the end of the spool of the thread. And guess what? Now you have one. And it just makes it really quick and easy to cut all of those apart just like that. It works with smaller spools of thread, like that one. I just like my big spool because it gives me a lot of stability. All right, so we've got them all cut or sewn and cut apart. Now we're going to take them and we are going to press them all towards the red. So you're going to put the red up and you're going to just press them open like this. I'm going to just do a little finger press right now. Press them over to the red. And for each block, you are going to need 8 of these twosies. So you had a onesie and a onesie, and now you have a twosie. Okay, so get these finger pressed open. A finger press at this point is sufficient. If you want to take it to your machine or your iron and give it a good press, that's always a great idea. But I'm going to just do this quick little finger press for now. Because you are doing 120 of them, whereas I'm doing 8, the iron's probably a better idea because your finger's going to get sore. Okay, so now I have my 120 little twosies. I'm going to take, and because I press them all to the red, I'm going to stack them opposites, and this little seam right here in the middle is going to just nest right together. See how it folds opposite directions, and you can just pull it with your finger and feel it nest in together. So you're going to put it in. I make sure the top is situated, and I sew right up to that. Then I stop and I readjust. Now, you can pin, you can clip, you can glue. Because this is just a short little seam, I tend to just go for it just like this. Nest them together. Do the first part. Stop and readjust the bottom part and keep going. And you can get this done fairly quickly. Always putting them in the same order. I put the red one up with the second one with the red one down, just so I know that I'm always doing the same thing. And by doing this, you're going to end up with 60 4 patches. And a 4 patch is just a very basic, quick block that is so useful in so many quilts. Okay, so I have my 4 patch. I'm going to bring out my fancy cutter again, just like that, and clip them apart. Okay, get it turned around so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Now, what I didn't see, I had it turned this way to where the long side is here. If you have the short side with the little red ball towards you, it's easier to hit it. Okay, done. Now, on your pattern, it's going to say to press as desired. So you can press it any way you want. You can press them all to one side. You can press them open. I personally like to press my 4 patches by spinning the seams. So that means turning it over and pushing okay, so this one's underneath, this one's on top, and I just grab here and I push the top one backwards. And look at there, it makes a little mini 4 patch right here in the middle. And then my seams are all going the same direction. And that just makes it easy when I'm putting them together to find the right side to nest with my next seam. And now look, by making sure those are nested nice and tight, look how pretty that little point is right there in the middle. Okay, so we'll do it again. This one's coming towards me. It's underneath this one. I'm going to just take and flip it. Sometimes you have to fight it just a little bit, but sometimes it works just super easy. We're going to go just like that and do this 60 times, and you will have all of your little 4 patches. That one's being a little stubborn right there. So I may need to go in and just take one stitch out like that. Oh, there it goes. Now it opens up just perfectly. Okay. So go and press all of your 100 or your 60 blocks nice and flat, and then we'll go on to the next step.